Do you have any suggestions for someone in their 30s that's working as an autonomous freelancer in Spain, looking to continue building their US retirement and investment portfolios? I currently only have a Roth IRA and a typical US brokerage account. I'm unsure of whether I'll retire in the US or Spain, which is, of course, a question we need to understand. I currently feel that being a Spanish tax resident does not provide any tax incentives for any types of investments, at least US investments. Overall, the different taxes imposed in Spain seem very daunting and confusing. Todd, any comments?
Yeah, I think I would just echo what we kind of mentioned before in the previous answer, and that is that, you know, in this instance, given the fact pattern that the individual has shared, I believe they are Spanish tax resident, but they do seem to have U.S. connection. So it's going to be challenging, and I think their assessment is accurate that there aren't a lot of compelling opportunities for them from a Spanish perspective to put money away in some sort of tax deferred manner. But all the things that we mentioned before about the Roth IRA continue to ring true in this instance, and that depending on what their long-term objectives are, it could still be a great tool. Yes, they can contribute to it. But if they do fall in love with Spain and they're going to be there long-term, we just need to be prepared to know what that means from a tax perspective on the Roth. And to the extent that, again, their financial institution allows them to continue working with them, you know, it sounds like they're thinking about they're asking the right questions and they're doing the right things. Just continue socking money away, and into at least into the general investment account, you know, and based on what we've shared, if the Roth makes sense for them, then it works for me.
Absolutely. And I think that's the number one thing when I speak to clients. Like I had a client yesterday, Americans moving from London to Spain, coincidentally, and asking them, what are your plans? And they're like, you know, we actually don't know. And the point is, when you don't know where you're going to be, nobody can advise you, because the tax planning or investment strategy around staying in Spain for the rest of your life will be way different from returning to London or going back to the US. So you need to understand where you want to be, and then you can build a tax planning or investment strategy afterwards. So yeah, okay.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.